coverage you can rely on. Here's award-winning WWGP News Director Margaret Murchison.
Good morning. I'm Margaret Murchison. It's Wednesday, the 18th of May, 2022. It's the day after the primary. But first, sunny and warm today, but 90s will arrive on tomorrow. Thursday, it will turn hot with highs in the 90s, and there will be just a slight chance of an afternoon or early evening shower or storm. And it will be even hotter on Friday with highs in the mid-90s. This is forecast to pass our recent high on Friday of 94, set in 1938. Skies will be mostly sunny. Saturday will still be just as hot, with just a slight chance of a late-day shower or storm under mostly sunny skies. Sunday will have a better chance of showers and storms during the afternoon and evening as a cold front approaches. Highs will be in the lower 90s on Sunday. So today we can look for sunny skies, highs about 87. And tomorrow will be sunny with a slight risk of an evening shower or storm. The high will be 93. Brian Estes rode to a lopsided win Tuesday in the Republican primary for Lee County Sheriff, and Rebecca Wyhoff-Salmon will be Sanford's next mayor after beating fellow council member Sam Gaskins. Ken Britton won a tight race for the City Council Ward 1 seat with a 3-vote win over Mark Akanosha. Estes took over management of the sheriff's office after a longtime Sheriff Tracy Carter stepped away earlier this year, easily outdistanced challenger Tim Smith, taking home 88% of the vote in the May primary. Estes will now face Democrat Carlton Lyles in the race for sheriff. Wyhoff-Salmon captured nearly 70% of the vote in what most thought would be a tight race for Sanford's next mayor. With no Republican candidate to challenge in a general election, this was for all the marbles, and Wyhoff-Salmon will take over next term and lead the city council. Ken Britton's final margin looks like 245 to 242 in a tight race for Ward 1 of Sanford City Council. Certainly a margin this tight will warrant a recount or two, but it appears Britton will join the council next term. 4 Republicans ran for the 3 spots up for the Lee County School Board. Chris Gaster, 2,486, Alan Rummel, 2,312, and Eric Davidson, 2,205, will move on to the general election against Democrats Pat McCracken, Christine Hilliard, and Walter Ferguson for 3 seats on the Lee County School Board. According to the election results, again, Rebecca Wyhoff-Salmon for mayor, 1,109 or 69.14% of the votes cast. Sam Gaskins, 495 or 30.80%, 86% of the votes cast. Sheriff, Republican primary, Brian Estes, 3,262, 88.14%. Tim Smith, 439, 11.86%. Sanford City Council Ken Britton, 245, 50.31%. Mark Akanosha, 242, or 49.69%. And Board of Education Republican primary, Chris Gaster, 2,486, or 29.04%. Alan Rummel, 2,312, 27.01%. Eric Davidson, 2,205, or 25.76%. And Kenna Wilson, 1,558, or 18.20%. Let's go down the street to Moore County. State Representative Ben Moss upset longtime State Representative Jamie Bowles in a tightly run race yesterday for the newly redrawn House District 52 seat, which includes parts of Moore County and all of Richmond County. Moss received 3,680 votes, or 53.36%, with Bowles securing 3,217 votes, or 46.64%. And that's according to complete but unofficial returns yesterday evening. Both men handily won precincts in their respective home counties, but Moss also collected over 1,300 votes from Southern Moore County precincts. Bowles did not break 15% of votes in Richmond County. Also, the election results for other races in Moore County. For the Lee County Board of Commissioners, District 1, Jim Von Cannon was top vote getter. These are all part of the Republican primary. For Commissioner District 3, John L. Ritter was top vote getter. That was 8,512 votes to the next person's 2,778 votes. For Moore County Clerk of Superior Court, Todd Maness, 7,050 to Chris Morgan's 5,018. For Moore County Register of Deeds, William Bill Britton, 6,465 votes, Andrew Ritter, 2,794 votes, and George W. West Little, Jr., 2,761 votes. Moore County Sheriff Ronnie Fields, the incumbent, 10,912 votes to Steve Adams, 1,611 votes. And Moore County Board of Education member at large, Pauline Bruno, 8,789 votes. Robin Calcutt, 8,688 votes. Ken Benway, 7,689 votes. And Raleigh Sampson, 6,116 votes, with Forrest Leach coming up last at 1,560 votes. In other news, Izara Eunice Gary, 20, was arrested by Sanford police yesterday in charge of failure to appear. Christopher Blake Combs, 26, charged with 2 counts of failure to appear. Namia Douglas, 18, charged with attempted breaking or entering a building, which is a felony. Conspiracy, a felony, both at 2715 Lee Avenue. Antoine Julian Reed, 33, charged with failure to appear. Elizabeth Mansfield Thomas, 51, charged with failure to appear. Custodio Vivas Jr., 32, charged with assault with a deadly weapon and intent to kill, inflicting serious injury, which is a felony. Aggravated assault, child abuse with serious injury, also a felony, at 1408 South Horner. Jerome Laster, 53, larceny on North Horner. Jalik Sherwood, 18, charged with attempted breaking or entering a building, a felony. Conspiracy, also a felony, at 2715 Lee Avenue. Also charged with breaking or entering a building, a felony. Larceny of a firearm, and conspiracy, all felonies, at 2801 Lee Avenue. Namia Douglas, 18, breaking or entering a building, larceny of a firearm, and conspiracy, all felonies, at 2801 Lee Avenue. Larry Allen Butts was a victim of damage to property on Wicker Street.
WWGP AM 1050.
Of damage to property on Buffalo Church Road. Circle K on North Horner was a victim of larceny. In Moore County, a 3-vehicle accident shut down Highway 211 at Central Avenue in Aberdeen yesterday at 7 p.m. One of the vehicles was carrying small children. No serious injuries were reported. This was one of 3 accidents that occurred over a 2-hour span. The driver of a Mercury Mountaineer on Central Drive pulled into the path of a Ford Explorer pulling a small trailer. The Mountaineer truck struck the vehicle and trailer, spinning it around in the roadway. The Mountaineer then struck a large commercial flatbed truck carrying a load of merchandise before going off the road. One person in the Ford Explorer was transported to the hospital with none life-threatening injuries. Highway 211 was shut down for an extended period of time until the road could be cleared. Aberdeen police are investigating. More news after this.
The good Lord himself said the mind is strong.
Well, it looks like we might have 2 sheets to shop at. Earlier this week, it was reported the closing of Brass Kettle Family Restaurant after the land it has occupied for the last 37 years on South Warner Boulevard and Main Street was reportedly sold or in the process of being sold by Simpson & Simpson Incorporated. An agenda for the Lee County Zoning and Design Review Department's Technical Review Committee meeting on the 25th and 26th reveals that the nearly 2 acres of land is being considered for a Sheetz gas station. As previously reported, if the plan comes to fruition, it could become the second Sheetz in Sanford, with one currently in the planning process at the corner of US 1 and Center Church Road. The Technical Review Committee is comprised of local officials from various city and county government entities representing Sanford, Lee County, and Broadway. Yesterday, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration amended the emergency use authorization and authorized a booster dose of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 shot for children 5 through 11 years of age. The booster shot is 10 micrograms, which is the same dosage for this age group in their primary series, and a third of that given to people aged 12 and older. The decision will now go to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for the approval. For a look at sports, here's John.